Can we get to 50 subscribers by the end of the year? That would be amazing. Welcome to the build of our very nice drone. It's a drone which spawns out more drones, and it will just kill everything. And with this ring of support drones, which can be printed through the factory parts, we will make an unstoppable force. It will use some logic splitters to make it a little bit easier on myself, and it will have a directional sensor which is going to point at our core, and that's just to keep it stable. And we also have a distance sensor, I think it is called, which will point at our own craft, and that will keep its altitude from the craft, from the drone, which will make it go around in circles in a little bit, because we will also add something which automatically has it going to the side, because otherwise we might have a problem later on with drones spawning inside of each other. And at the point we are at right now, we actually don't have a real good way to split our drone, but we will soon enough. So at the moment when the drone spawns in, it isn't automatically detached, but when we're finished building the drone, then we will have that, of course, because then it's finished. And at the moment we have it like directional sensor towards the core, have it stable like that, and you should always have air resistance on, because other glitches out a little bit. I mean, it doesn't really work that well. But you can already see with 4 or 5 that it does work quite well. But of course they don't really serve a purpose yet. So that's something we'll do soon enough. But at the moment we're testing with one other on the other side, and we can already get some nice patterns going. And they will always make a nice little circle, and when that one fills up, we can even go one further, because then the ones on the outside will go even further out. At the moment our distance sensors aren't set to far enough yet, so, and that way we actually can't really spawn anything in while we have the drones right beside the factory parts, but that's also we'll fix later. We're currently adding weapons, because of course weapons are needed, because otherwise they don't serve a purpose. I could have done it with shields, and I was going to, but didn't in the end. I actually got this idea a little bit from the depths, because I think a couple of the fortresses have those healing pillars, and that's how I got this idea. That's where I got it from. And we are quite slow, and they just follow me around when moving, because, well, they aren't really set up perfectly, so it's not as if they always stay in a nice little circle. But if I just stand still, and then they will in the end. I don't think I yet, but I will change sensors soon. And we're also not going to stay with only 2 of these measly little drones. We're actually going to have 8 spawning at the same time. So yes, that will get crazy. And let me tell you, my laptop isn't a bad laptop, but it couldn't handle the amount of parts. Or it was just Nimbatus itself. That's something I don't know. And at the moment we're adding those 6 extra drones. And I was like, wait. So there is a limit to the amount of parts our core can handle. It's slightly higher than it was before. Like before it said that it was at like 6 already, but it ended up being like 10. At least now I found out like in these 6, then it's just not going to work. And we can also zoom in and out these days, like through the newest update. And well, we've already got a big amount of drones following. And there they all are. That's getting crazy, and I don't think the YouTube bitrate will like that. I was going to try and make something a little bit different, which was auto-detonating, because then I wouldn't really have that many drones at the same time, or at least I could stop that from happening. But for some reason, only a couple of pods actually exploded, and that's why I just gave up on that idea, because all of the damage of one TNT was taken up by a couple of pods, and this didn't add. It was just one explosion is everything, so then I would have to do something complicated with like keeping the TNTs outside of each other's range, and I didn't feel like it, so I made this insanely strong drone, and it only gets stronger over time. But that's all I'm going to have for you today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.